What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we are playing some more Watcher of Realms. Guys, we are going to be diving straight into the Immortal Codex. The Conqueror boss is officially live, and we've made some changes to our team. Let's dive right in. And welcome back, guys. So we have the Immortal Codex, and as per usual, this is going to be a recurring thing going forward. We're going to be kind of talking about the updates we make to our teams every time we go into new Immortal Codex bosses, whether it's a brand new boss coming to Immortal Codex or it's a previous boss that we have made some pretty significant upgrades for. And most of you, if you've been playing the game actively at all, should have made a pretty large increase in your ability to do this by the fact that we had the Vladov fusion. The reason that is because most of the members of the team that you're going to want to be using for this are actually going to be these beautiful little guys right here. So this is the team that I'm currently testing. I do want to test out Admiral Claw. Abomination has done really well for me, but I'm curious if Admiral Claw would be better than Abomination. So that's something we are going to be testing. I've actually already set up an auto fight with this team that I'm using right here. So I want to go ahead and show you that. You can see the score we've gotten so far. Let's see if we can do any better on another auto fight, just so you can see how we're placing things. And then I'm going to do one actual run by replacing Abomination with Admiral Claw. So you'll see here that we're basically just throwing some guys down to handle this first wave without using our big boys in Aatrox and Cerberus. The only real big boy we have here is Valk, and that's because she can be played very safely here without too many issues. One thing I will say is I did play this a little bit wrong because my Valk is actually in Soulbound Arcana, so I actually should have used this ultimate to increase her damage right off of the bat. So we will definitely make that change coming soon, going forward into the next one. But you'll see here that we are going to quickly drop our Aatrox. We're holding on to our Cerberus, and that's because we don't really need it right now, right? Everything is dying very quickly, and I don't want him to spawn pools and lower his health when it's unnecessary. So we're going to hold our Cerberus until we get to the point where I feel like it's actually necessary, which is going to be right around the time that we lose our second Aatrox, because we have the Aatrox placed in front of Valk. So as soon as he dies the first time, he's going to revive it very quickly, and then we're going to place our Cerberus down after he dies the second time. One of the other big changes that we got for this time around is I actually did pick up a Lunacy Visor for my Cerberus, which gives him a little bit more survivability. Not too much, obviously, as you can tell. There was a little bit of lacking in the survivability category, but we are getting quite a good number of damage. This is going to be one of our low rolls, but that is okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to swap Abomination out, for a Admiral Claw. And the reason is because we have a Lord bonus for Admiral Claw, right? We have this beautiful chaotic Lord bonus. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come in here and we are going to swap our Abominations gear to our Admiral Claw. And then we will swap our Wailing Skull in for Admiral Claw. So one of the things that I think Admiral Claw is pretty good for is going to be this mode, because he does splash damage to everybody. Not to everybody, but to 2 enemies near the target on his basic. And then his Bloodfire Berserker, for every 3 attacks, he reduces his 5% current HP and increases his damage permanently. And the basic attack turns into a bigger AoE, right? And then we have the Bloodstorm Annihilator phase. He increases damage to enemies whose HP is below 30%. So once we get closer to the end, we're going to deal a little bit more damage. And then we also have the AoE here with the ultimate. So just a little bit of AoE kind of all over the place. I don't know if it's going to perform well. One of the reasons why is because I don't have a lot of skill ups into him. However, my Abomination, wherever he is now, my Abomination also doesn't have too many skill ups, right? He has this skill up here. He has 1 in this passive, but that is pretty much it. So we're going to try this. I'm going to use the same setup, and we're just going to put Admiral Claw where Abomination was and see what happens. So we'll start quickly with this, then we'll place that, Then we'll place that, and then we'll place this. All right. And then we will do the same thing. This time we're going to pop our Valk ult earlier, just so that she can start stacking that Soulbound Arcana as quick as possible. Hopefully we can have 2 stacks before we even get into the real phase of the boss. Here we go, here we go. So already getting a decent chunk of damage here. He's actually doing some pretty solid damage. We'll have to see, what that damage looks like in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and place our Aatrox down now. Pop that Valk ultimate again. So now we're up to 2 ultimates, which means we have 20% damage, which is really, really good. And then at this point, we're just going to turn auto ults on, and we're just going to start pumping. We're going to do the same thing with Serb. We're going to hold on to him. I think that's the smartest thing to do. Maybe it's not, though. I'm not sure. Here we go. We have Volca here, mainly because she allows our allies to heal, which is really good, in my opinion. Right, let's go ahead and drop Serb now. We're starting to get a decent enough set of enemies here. All right, there goes our Aatrox first death. Yeah, and our Admiral Claw is actually surviving really, really well, even at this super low health. He did go ahead and die there, so that's one small concern, is he's actually dying. Let's see what happens here, though. Go ahead and drop this. Our Cerberus is staying alive, which is good. We are getting a lot of damage out from Valk as well. Okay, let's go ahead and drop Claw back in. Go ahead and drop Aatrox back in. All right. So it does look like we did way worse than before. However, I do want to take a look at the actual damage and see how well he performed. I can't see the damage before selecting. That's fine. We'll do it again later. Yeah, so he actually did not do that great here. I think it's probably because he's sort of capped on how much damage he can actually do, because he can only hit so many people. So even with the bonus, right, he's only hitting 3 people, and it's a pretty low conversion, right? It's a pretty low conversion. So there is some potential for other builds to come into play here, or other champions. I had thought about potentially doing like a Torador team, because we were using Abomination and Volca. So there was some potential for that team to kind of make sense and fit there. However, I do think that the team we were using before is probably just the best team that we have, at least at the moment, which is with using this Abomination. So let's swap this out one more time. Let's go ahead and come back here. Okay, and let's run one more auto fight just to see if we can sneak a little more damage out. I am pretty satisfied with the damage that I was able to accomplish so far. I would like to see a little more damage if possible, of course, because I want to try and actually hold the top 5% very, very reliably if possible. Currently, we're at top 3, but we have plenty of time. I'm sure there's a ton of people that have not done their fights yet, right? So, but we'll see what happens. Let's keep going and kind of just go from there. Alrighty. Let's get this damage going. Hopefully we can maybe sneak out just a little bit more. I'd like to be able to... I believe we were about 100k damage away from the next tier, which would be... Was it SS Plus, I think? I think that's what it was. We'll have to double check. I think we were at SS. So I think 100k more would give us SS Plus, but I might be wrong. on my numbers there. All right, and down goes the Cerberus. Go. I think we did sneak out just a touch more damage. I don't think it's enough to get that next rank. I think it's a little bit more. Oh no, it's actually not a little bit more. Wow, okay. It definitely felt like it was a little bit more, but maybe not. I would like to see some more damage out of some of these people, particularly Cerberus. I feel like Cerberus is doing a little bit less damage than I'd like to see. I do want to go look at the rankings and let's see how much. Yeah, see, Cerberus is just doing so much. I think it's just because people have these maxed lunacy visors, if I'm being honest. I think that that's what it is. Also using a Soulbound Arcana. Do I have mine in Soulbound Arcana? I don't think I do. Maybe that's the play here. Let's swap this around. Um, yeah, let's do this. Hmm. Let's see if that makes a difference. I'm kind of curious. And actually, I'm gonna. The only thing I'm concerned about is if he'll be able to survive, right? Because he, I don't have that maxed lunacy visor, so I question if he'll actually be able to survive. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna place him down right away because I want to get his ultimates off, right? Place him down right away. We'll have auto ult on, so he'll just ult immediately, like as soon as he can. I guess I still have to press his ultimate. See, that's one of the things I don't know is does Soulbound Arcana stack with dying? Like, do you keep the stacks when you die? I'm gonna assume you probably don't. In which case, for me, I don't think Soulbound Arcana actually makes all that much sense. Um, because there's no way he's gonna survive with how much healing that he's currently doing. Let's see though. Maybe when we have more enemies, he'll actually be able to heal better. And when he's able to heal better, we'll be able to stick around a little bit longer. He is getting quite a bit more healing now, so that is good. Does that last though is the question. Okay, so there he goes down. Okay, dealing some okay damage here. Looks like that's it. So yeah, definitely not even much better. Actually, not better at all, right? We actually did worse, which is not super surprising because I was kind of expecting it to work this way. It looks like we did get just slightly more damage on Cerberus, but that might have just been because of when we were placing him. So I think there is definitely some room for growth here still. I think one of the biggest things is I need to get this maxed out, right? So that I can get more HP regen, right? I think that would be very, very important. Um, very helpful for sure. There is a potential world where we run a healer. Actually, I don't think he can heal himself, can he? Yeah, cannot be healed. So yeah, never mind. I lied. Um, but yeah, I would like to be able to get him this in particular, getting the additional 5 seconds. I think would be very, very good. This is not super crazy. Like, okay, but not a ridiculous amount of additional bonus for him right now. But other than that, I mean, I'm definitely proud of the score that I got. We're sitting safely in the top 5% for the time being. We'll have to see how long that lasts, but ultimately, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are doing for your Conqueror fight. Have you made good progress? Have you made any progress? Maybe you haven't, and that's okay too. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button to let me know you liked the video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see all of my content coming out in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.